I did have somebody confirm that there is a level 25 Meepo spammer on Goons. So the Meepo may be another consideration, I guess, for both sides. Wasn't it? Did Pace ban it last time? Or wasn't it Goons that banned it, I think?
Goons banned it last time.
Yeah.
But I think both teams have the possibility of playing it.
So something else. I don't know. How does Meepo fare against Quaswex and Voker? I don't know.
You're pretty fine. I think you have a free lane, and then obviously in the game it's pretty. You don't really care too much as a Meepo, but then I think you could go for an Exort Invoker, and then I think it's a bit different in that situation. I think you scale better against that, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's still a lot of heroes that can be picked, and I think Meepo, if Meepo is gonna be picked, it's gonna be the last pick Meepo or 21 pick or like second last pick Meepo. So we should expect if there's gonna be a Meepo, it should most likely be in the last phase.
Really
right now, it can be a decent Meepo game for both teams.
Yeah. Really thinking on this ban, though. I wonder what they're considering. Beastmaster.
That was an interesting thing about I actually thought about this thing now. So, just talking about the Meepo bit. So, if you play Rubik against Meepo, some time ago there was this talent that you could remove the hero damage, or you look the damage talent, and then it works against all the Meepos. So you were able to remove all the Meepos damage for quite a lot when you took the talent. Now that you don't have that talent, but you have a talent that you get hero steal damage. So I'm thinking, does it work against all the Meepo illusions as well? So you can take like, I don't know, like how much damage is that if you get it on all the Meepos and other heroes as well? That's some insane damage you can get on Rubik on that talent.
Sounds like Elder Titan. I mean, same general concept. It should work. Those Meepos, they're heroes.
Yeah, because that's what I know. Because it worked when there was a talent that it removed damage from all the Meepos, and you had a talent as well that you take it, so it works. You extra damage, so it was like really good hero against Meepo for some time. Or I liked it a lot at least. So I'm thinking if it still works the same way, but now you actually can take the damage for yourself from all that. So I think it should work though. I think it should work. I don't think it's really. I'm not sure how good it is, but I think it could have some potential.
Well, here's Visage, the Great Oppressor. Should be a great lane match against the Void Spirit. Should be able to play pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this Visage is going to be. Is it going to be a 5 Visage? Is Lord Boons is some kind of a microman that likes to play all these minion typed 5s, or is that something like that we can? Because I think there is some people.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's like. I don't think it's too popular, and I don't know how good it is because I haven't really seen it too much. So hard to say, but I think it could have potential. I think. Obviously, your laning stage is not the strongest, but I think once you get to level 6, you're still a Visage. You don't really farm that much, but I think it can have the same concept of a little bit of like the Chen, that you can play this fast type of playstyle. So maybe they just like that type of a hero to have in their lineup that helps them to take the towers, helps them to pressure objectives. So Visage is definitely a better laner nowadays because they buffed your second spell so much that it does so much damage nowadays. So. Interested to see what this Visage is gonna end up going for.
Jakiro into a snap pick Legion Commander.
Yeah, I'm getting a vibe it's gonna be actually a support Visage here. Offlane LC and mid Invoker, and then they're gonna take a carry on the last pick for themselves here.
All right, I like that. Starting to feel like you're right.
10 seconds remaining.
So now Pace, they've got 3 pretty good heroes. You've got the setup for some pretty solid lanes with the Rubik and the Jakiro.
Yep.
Now, what are the big cores you're going to pair it with? Okay, Sven for them.
Yeah, it's a decent Sven game. I will say that the Legion Commander is really good against the Jakiro. You're basically kind of a useless hero as a Jakiro against the LC on the lane because you can't really get any value of your dual breath. And if you ever want to go hit them, they will just Fate Bolt you and hit you together. So I think the Jakiro Sven lane will have a kind of a rough time against the Legion Commander. Actually, I'm not sure why I'm talking about Fate Bolt. The Rubik is on that side, but still like Wind Ranger as well, gonna be able to hit him. So, but yeah, Jakiro is not very great against LC, but the Sven, it's a pretty good Sven game, I would say.
They got a lot of
there is some
stuns.
annoying
There's
stuns.
like,
There's a lot of annoying stuns that can make Sven's life again hard. But again, the BKB timing is gonna be huge. If he gets to that point, there's gonna be not much they can do about the BKBs right now. They can duel him, but I'm not sure if you want to duel BKB ulted Sven. So, but always BKB piercing spells are good against Sven because you mostly want to go BKB on this hero.
Yeah, Boons and Goons looking to ban out offlaners most likely, and Pace looking to ban out some ones. Ursa and Anti-Mage.
Yeah, so Meepo still not banned. Meepo obviously not very good for Boons and Goons at least to have anymore. There's Sven, there is Jakiro. There's also Rubik and Void Spirit are okay against it, so not really good Meepo game for Boons and Goons. For Pace, it's alright. It's pretty okay Meepo game for sure. But I'm a bit surprised if they would pick it here because there's still last pick for Boons and Goons to deal with that as well.
Yeah. Seems risky. But it also does kind of feel like they need a big hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. So Pace, I think they're gonna take an offlaner here.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would call Mars a big hero. Some great setup. Can scale okay.
Yep.
Good amount of AoE damage.
Pace has some nice team fight, and it's also nice for the Sven. They can get this arena, and Sven can get to hit heroes, so nice. Boons and Goons, so carry. When I'm trying to think what carry, there's a lot of carries that are good against Sven is banned again, so
5 seconds remaining.
potentially a Lifestealer, potentially a Raid King could be something.
Something
that
pretty
can
high
be okay.
tempo.
Yeah.
Lifestealer LC, that's some classic stuff right there.
What else? Slark. It's a decent Slark game. Pretty good against the Sven. Maybe Drow. Maybe Drow actually could be okay. The lineup is kind of nice with Drow. I'm not sure if they like it, but it's something that could have potential.
Sounds scary against Sven these days. Unless you're really confident you can close it out. I guess Drow Visage is still a pretty aggro combo.
I mean, they have some annoying. Yeah, it can be hard for sure against their heroes, but I think he can have a good lane, and then they can just kind of keep like the tempo up for the Sven. So it could be working, but I'm not sure. It can be hard as well. Yeah, there's not too many carries that are like really good here. I think the Lifestealer, and then was that one more hero that I mentioned.
The Wraith King. He has a nice little pushing element that when you combine that with the Visage, you combine that with like Alacrity from the Invoker. I mean, even Wind Ranger's ult. All of a sudden, you guys can push pretty fast. Like even press the attack with attack speed.
Timbersaw maybe. No, terrible. Okay.
TB. All right, so another big pusher.
Yeah.
Another great carry with Alacrity.
TB is okay. Obviously, like I said, there's not too many good heroes against the Sven here because they banned a lot of them. TB, yeah, it's all right. It's always not the best to play into Sven against as TB, but there's the Sven, there's the Jakiro. There's some annoying damage that is some AoE, but obviously, if you get really farmed on the TB, it can be fine. Like playing against Sven, you just need to get a lot of farm, and then you should be fine. But yeah, Boons and Goons have an interesting lineup. I think I would maybe favor Pace's lineup a bit more though. I feel like their lineup makes more sense. I think Boons and Goons has a lot of weird things in this lineup. I'm trying to figure out like what is their game plan here. They have a Visage and then they have a TB. Then they have an Invoker as well. I guess this Invoker is going to be Coswex. So it's going to be a lot of like it's to be kind of 4 protects 1 type of play that they just play for this TB. I like the Pace's lineup more though, so I'm kind of leaning towards them a bit here.
It definitely feels more conventional. It's like a very straightforward game plan, really pretty straightforward execution, not particularly difficult with these heroes. You know, like Mars ult is a skill shot, but relatively easy, and a lot of different forms of catch, and then a lot of forms of follow-up, like even just Spear with Ice Path or Spend Stun or Rubik Lift can be enough to find pickoffs.
Yeah.
But I can also see this Boons and Goons squad, if they do just okay in the lanes, Terrorblade can soak up all that farm in the jungle, and even a position 5 Visage, he starts to contribute a lot to the push. So if Pace do make those mistakes, Boons and Goons have good tools to punish and take objectives.
Yep. Boons and Goons is they have like this kind of weird lineup. I would say like they don't, like I said, they don't have much synergy with their heroes. I would say they can definitely still like connect with each other and try to take objectives, but it's gonna be hard. I would say last game I think it was kind of even draft. I would say I would give the Pace an advantage on this draft, but I still think Boons and Goons played better, so it might not matter too much. If they just play the way that they played in the last game, it might be enough. They played really well with those timings, so it might be enough.
Some quality voice lines to get us started, and here we go. And I don't think it'll be any surprising lanes either. Another one of these setups where you kind of know where every hero is going to go on both sides, and they are somewhat rigid in that regard. And I don't know if I foresee any crazy lane mismatches, but you know, this may end up kind of like game 1 where the first 10 minutes is kind of at pace. You know, both sides are just farming and pretty comparable across their relative positions.
Yep. I would say bottom lane has the big potential that Pace can kind of roll over them. I think their heroes are pretty good against TB. I'm not sure how much the Visage can do. I mean, the Visage can do some burst damage, but I feel like they could just win this lane on Pace pretty well if they play well, so there's potential for that. Mid lane, pretty even, I would say. I think it's really, it's pretty even matchup, and then the top lane, kind of the same. I think Boons and Goons has the advantage on the top lane in this lane. They have the Purge against the Jakiro, and they just had constant harass from the Wind Ranger, so.
Yeah.
Not sure if they can. I don't think they can get this bounty. Anyway.
Didn't skill the press yet. And now the stun on the Wind Ranger. Frugos. He's going to take some decent damage here. Now he gets the press. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. There's a lot of harassment though from inside of Pace. That's really good for them. The LC is gonna skill that anyway, but that's a lot of tangles already used, and they didn't really use too much for that. Double dual breaths, but he's gonna send a lot of mana region anyway, so it's all right.
RRL, first point in Wex. So looking like the QW Invoker.
Yeah.
Very curious about this bottom lane, though. Here's the first meta. Spear comes out. I guess it'll really be more of a question, how do they handle this lane when meta's down? That'll really be when it's more challenging.
It's just gonna be use your meta, try to get as many denies as you can so you can prevent the XP from them, and then kind of play safe, try to play on pulls, and just make sure that they don't get the pressure TP for free.
Yeah, and there's this issue, like you see Visage has 3 mangoes, because even though Soul Assumption does a lot of damage, it's pretty mana intensive.
Yeah. But he has a lot of Magnos here, so that is the nice thing, and I would assume he's gonna bring more region here. Might just die here though.
Yeah, this isn't looking great. Boons, that's the first blood.
Yep. This is gonna be a really rough lane for them bottom. However, let's look at top lane. Yeah. Sven is gonna be able to farm here, but I will say LC will also be able to just farm here for free as well, so pretty alright in that part. And then mid lane.
Yeah, nullifying the Jakiro just makes it kind of a trade lane instead of a pace-favored lane, it seems like.
Yeah. It's like, I think the Sven will be annoyed once these lanes keep going, because they have this Blightstone Orb of Venom, so there's going to be this constant harass coming out. But at the same time, I still think the Sven is going to be able to farm just fine here. Jakiro has a lot of regen, so he can also give regen to the Wind Range, to the Sven here, so should be okay. A nice pull coming out from Frogos there, gets double creeps denied, and now they also have the lane control in their favor, so doesn't want to let those creeps go through though. Yeah.
And back to bottom, Yuma, as expected, a little bit behind the Mar. They're about even, so it's okay. Not
bottom lane is
great, not bad.
Bottom lane is gonna get worse though for Boons and Goons once they get levels on side of pace, because they're just this constant magic damage and this potential of the spear. Just they have these low HP heroes that kind of get bullied by this against these heroes really hard. So yeah, again, I think it's gonna I think it's gonna be a pretty even lane.
Yeah, certainly playing out that way. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on runes. Always what's going to tip the scale in these otherwise pretty even lanes. And even mid now is starting to go the way of stars. 17-6 compared to the 11-2 Invoker. So stepping up on the deny factor. More creep pulls going in up top. Looks like Pacer doing a pretty good job managing this lane. The Jakiro, he's almost like admitted defeat in his positioning. He's just completely focused on pulling. Like, it's not even worth wasting my mana. I know how this is going to go. Oh.
I guess you're back.
Oh, there we go. Was that me or
There we
you? I thought I never left, but I lost you.
Yeah, I think at least
Discord.
I didn't DC from anywhere, so
Me neither that time. I don't know what happened.
okay, all right.
Well, either way, Frugos stunned up, and a double damage rune was picked up by Stars, so fills up that bottle. No bottle on Invoker as expected.
Yep. Pretty even lanes going again on this game. So Yuma might be in some trouble here. Actually, it might be just turn around. Okay, never mind.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
is under
pretty even. I like what Italian Gangster is doing here. He's not letting the TB come to the creeps and just harassing him here. Might even end up getting the kill here.
Yeah, playing this ultra aggro. A little bit hard because TB has so much armor, now even moves into range of the tower. Mars certainly knows his limits here, and this tree line keeps it pretty safe relative to the tower. This is exactly how you want to do this and keep that TB under constant threat. Meanwhile, mid, the double damage on Stars needs some detection. Ghost Walk. I'll keep him safe. Oh, now they jump in. Astral Step. I think RRL should be dead, right?
Might be, yeah.
Oh.
He missed the dual breath though, so it might be enough.
Now Wind
Frugos
Ranger's
is
here.
They might just turn it around.
Frugos. I think that power shot missed.
Actually, he's gonna die in RRL because
Tornado
Stars is gonna
connects.
go.
Back in, Astral Step. One more. Oh, he's got it. Does clip him with that power shot, but not going to be enough. Yep. And now 10 seconds, hoping for this 6-minute rune.
Yeah, let's see if Frogos is just gonna refill the bottle there. But
and there's a bounty that they left for him, so he'll be able to fill up on that too.
Yeah, it's top lane. Stars is. I hope the Frogos is gonna go top and not let him get the rune, because actually, Stars is getting it, but it's still a haste rune there, and you don't really want to give that for side of Void Spirit.
Yep. Yeah, that's a scary rune, and just denies it.
Yeah, denied it. Yeah. So both carries in the jungle right now. Lice had a better laning stage, I would say so. So it's gonna be a nice. I think Pace is already off to a good start. I would say the laning stage favored them a little bit more. The bottom lane went really well. Their top lane went kind of even, and then the mid lane, I think it's in the favor of Void Spirit a little bit as well.
Normally, I'd kind of think, oh, TV jungling early, that's not so bad. He's got 3 points in Conjure Image. He feels good. But against the Sven, he also doesn't really mind going into the jungle fairly early. He's even got his power treads, 3 points in Great Cleave. So Sven might even farm faster. Mid lane, though, RRL, he's going to get gone on. Are they actually going to find the kill? Yes. Stars again.
Okay. Well, they're making some nice rotations here. Oh, a nice kill from Frogos, though. Really important kill. They might even kill Eichster here. He gets the cycle.
Oh, that was a robbery. Wow.
Close, though. But okay, they do get the Void Spirit trade, though, and Frogos is getting quite a bit here with these kills. Some nice levels for him, so...
Yep.
Same time, Boons is kind of trying to leech XP bottom since no one really wants to play here. They're actually TPing in with Invoker, so they want to go on Italian Gangster here.
will be a nice kill. He's had a good time in this lane so far. Now no more mana, some follow-up damage from Boons.
Pretty cool, good rotation from him here,
Clean kill.
So, even though the Invoker has died 2 times, still like same net worth as the Void Spirit, even a little bit ahead. So really good job from him as well, still staying the lead. From the carry's point, yeah, Sven is getting ahead, so that's a good sign for Pace for sure. They want to have this Sven in a comfortable position so he can just keep farming and scaling, because he's eventually gonna be the hero that deals with TV.
They got some stacks for him. This is great. He's going to try to go Midas. Should be able to get that in a timely fashion. Even gets the faded brooch for some extra movement speed. Meanwhile, back mid, Rogas in trouble. Brought down. Stars finds another kill. 3-1 and 0 on this Void Spirit to get started.
Yep. They're gonna get some nice damage to this mid tower as well with this hill, so so far Paces, I think they're putting a bit better, doing some better stuff right now, and they're definitely getting the pressure a bit more. Nice tornado though from RRL. That might be the difference maker that turns this around.
Looked like a good setup on Boons, but he's gonna have a big soul assumption. Brings down the Mars. They go 1 for 1 as he gets off the arena still, but Monster, he wants a duel. Aster, that's the target. Boom, baby, boom. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
A lot of rotations coming, a lot of stuff happening. Just the carry is kind of not gonna be doing much, but it's gonna be like a bit like the same as in the last game. I don't expect to see these carries too much involved in this first 15 to 20 minutes, but occasionally they're gonna be there to pop up to fight around towers. But after that, they're gonna be farming. There's gonna be a lot of like 4-on-4 action. Both teams trying to make pressure and hold areas. I would say probably Pace wants to put take these objectives more right now. And then I think Booz and Goose wants to play more defensive, because I still think the TB farming is gonna be like the most important thing for them. So even though the Sven is gonna scale pretty well as well against the TB, I think they can be fine having the TB farm as well. It's not like that bad of a matchup for TB, I would say.
Yeah, he's gonna go drums, so he'll just ramp up slowly with these fighting items and probably look for like a Manta after this.
Yeah, the drums is nice. I think we can definitely just be active with that.
I'm worried though, man. Sven has a Midas and a pretty good timing here. 10 minutes after treads, maxed out cleave. He has stacks too. Like Sven already has cleave and he bought a farming tool. So now, like, how does TB keep up with him?
I don't think he will be able to keep up with him. It's just gonna be a lot on the teams to, like his team to be able to deal with the Sven, and he'll deal with the rest of them guys. I mean, obviously, like in a really late game scenario, I think TB can still be fine against that hero, because you do scale quite well, but Stars might end up dying here.
Yep. So
Monster is off to a really great start with this LC. 2 dual wins already, and 20 damage extra. So if that keeps happening as well, that can also be a big problem for the Sven later on. If this LC is gonna be so farmed.
And picking up another kill on the Jakiro, just chasing him down. They won't get the Italiano gangsta, but plus 20 at 11 minutes? Yes, please.
Yep. And Lice is just farming here now. And Lice is definitely gonna be very farmed in this game, but he also is gonna have the same issue. He will need a BKB. Like, this is one of those games where I feel like pretty bad about the Sven, because you want a BKB, but you kind of also, it doesn't necessarily save you as well, because there's still the duel that can be annoying, even though you have BKB. So the BKB enough might not be enough. There's also TB who will deal a lot of physical damage to you, so the BKB will still have some issues there. But for sure, I would still say Pace has a good chance. Like their lineup is scaling pretty well, and the TB will have a rough time fighting in this game for like the next 15 minutes at least, 20 minutes.
The way the fighting's going though, ooh, that's a good setup. Very nice ice path, some follow-up dual breath. RRL taunted. Invoker, he's getting a little bit low, but I think he's going to make it back okay. Lord Boons keeps his bird alive. EMP also helps as now Yuma rotates through.
Yeah, a lot of fighting like we expect that right now. They do have a meta coming up on TB and drums, and they might just want to fight this mid lane. It's so low, this tower. I think this can be a good fight for Boons and Goons if they're ready for this. The other side is so far in. This should be a
There's the meta.
Big kill.
And Beautiful setup onto the Jakiro. Now Mars pops the arena, but he's kind of alone. His teammates are in the river and they can't get there. He has to retreat, and it's not a big win for Boons and Goons, but they trade 1-0, and they might look to pressure the enemy tier 1 now with this meta. Still about half duration left.
Yep.
Buyback from the Jakiro. Whoa. All right. There's the macro pyre. That'll push Yuma back. He does have that first point in Sunder.
Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna buy back and probably run away.
Yeah.
They tried to get the meta and try to take a fight. They weren't able to get more than the Jakiro, and well, all this time Sven has been farming, so it's still pretty good for FaZe what's happening. I feel like they're getting to kind of away with this greed a bit, and Sven is gonna get to that point soon that you're gonna have some issues playing against that hero. I think one more item and the Sven is fighting ready. Right now he can join, but he doesn't really want to. So with that, I think it's Santon Yasha he's going for. So with that item, most likely he wants to, once he gets that, he wants to be ready for fighting.
I like this build-up. You know, a little bit of greed mixed with some great efficiency items.
Yeah.
I haven't been seeing the Mask of Madness quite as much, but
it is an interesting game for Mask of Madness, I feel like. So, yeah, I haven't seen it too much either. There's a lot of physical damage potential. Sure, you have your armor, but still, Mom can make that. You can get some tricky stuff happening to you. But it can also be it's a great farming item, and it's also still it can be a really great like item for fighting as well. If you just use your spells right, so it can still be nice for fighting as well.
Yeah,
so.
We see pretty much every Sven buy Morbid Mask anyway, so it is a pretty minimal investment beyond that.
Yeah. Yep.
8-5, but still pretty tight in terms of net worth. Invoker, wow, he's actually queuing up a Midas. RRL, this is one of the first Midases on Invoker I've seen in a while. I thought this was long dead.
No, it's not long dead. It's just if you're cross-vex, it is a bit weird. But I've definitely seen Invokers, but if you go for the Exort build, that you should go for Midas.
Still, it's not too greedy? Okay.
Yeah, it is a bit weird, but I also feel like they feel like the game is gonna stale for a long time, so he maybe... I think in this scenario, because they're also... Let's say that they're also a team that... this is like an important game, and they feel safe, that they don't feel like they can end this game right away. So maybe he feels like with this thing he can scale better and just farm up, and they feel like the game is gonna drag out for long enough that it's gonna pay worse for it. So that's what I'm thinking, at least for the mindset of him.
I mean, that's definitely some fair analysis. Now Blink Dagger on Monster, so it's a good idea. You can start getting points up in Exort, and then you can start looking at these like Sunstrike combos with Duel. You know, that is still going to be an option for him, especially once LC gets Blade Mail. That's probably going to be on the docket at some point.
Yep. It's going to be a bit slow-paced game here for now, but Sven will have a Yasha soon, and then I would say that they're gonna get very active with that. They definitely want to be the ones that's gonna be started making these moves, because I'm not sure if they saw the Midas on the Invoker, but once they see that, they should definitely think that, okay, these guys are trying to be greedy now.
Set up mid, Monster jumps in,
sure
gets
this
the
is gonna
catch.
Be,
they got it.
Enough. But he's gonna die for it.
I think so. Now on the run with the Macro Pyre, taking him down on the other side. Mars with the Blink ult. Lord Boons gets out, and a Shackle latches on 2.
Okay, so that's the Sven getting active here for first time now. Lord Boons should die as well. There's a TB though.
He gets speared. EMP also gonna hit. Stars now out of mana. Tornado. Here's the setup for Yuma. Don't even need it.
Okay, so some nice damage to the mid tower now.
Pretty good.
But yeah, pretty good. They also get the dual damage on the LC. Sure, he did die for it, but I don't think it's the worst thing. The dual damage is still a big deal, but can keep amping more and more. Not sure if they're gonna get this tower though. They're gonna definitely try to defend this.
They're pretty
probably
committed.
Just gonna go down with the meta,
Alacrity really helps.
Yeah. That is the one thing we can definitely can be a big issue. This Alacrity TB later on in this game, especially with this more Exort going on for. So there can be some, maybe this Midas build is gonna eventually work out. Since I don't think Pace is really playing this defensive style. Like it's mostly have been them defending their areas, not really making that many moves.
Here he go.
So-
Another setup for Monster. That's a plus 50 now, Peksu. It's only 17 minutes, man.
Yeah, he has a lot of damage already, and that's like, it can be a really rough spot for.
This is good by
Ace.
like pub standards, man. By pro standards, this is insane. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen LCs go like 20 minutes with maybe one duel win because teams play around it, and it's, you know how hard this hero is to deal with if she finds early duels. And once you start getting into the triple digits, it gets dicey. You know, she's level 12 now, so these duels are a big thing to give up.
Yeah.
And there's that blade mail queued up. So
Radiant's bottom tower
that'll
is
give
under
the
attack.
LC an option to actually catch this Sven and have some kill threat if he's for some reason out of position.
Yeah, it's a nice little catch there as well. Extra tool. The blade mail, if he gets that, it's definitely gonna be like the Sven can't be that like ballsy going for him.
Yeah. And no catch down bottom. Kind of looked like Pace wanted to make a go, but they don't find the opening. RRL. He'll be back. Okay, doesn't get caught. So it's actually looking okay for the TB, though, with that tier 1 tower and that mid fight. He's not
Yep.
really like catching up to Lies, but they're holding pace. You know, the Sven is not drastically outfarming him at this point. So I'm feeling a little more optimistic for Boons and Goons.
I doubt he's gonna be able to catch the.
Door.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to catch the Sven until they kill the Sven and get some objectives. But if he just keeps up in the farm, it's pretty fine anyway. Because they still have other heroes that have a really good game as well. Like all the other cores have a really nice game going for them. So it's not only gonna be this TB that is gonna eventually deal with the Sven.
Guys, pizza's here. I thought we were gonna win already.
Or maybe it's the pizza party.
Oh no.
Who's gone?
Well, it was a quick one. He told the neighbor to fuck off, I guess. Back into the action we are. Let's take a look at some of these graphs. Looks like a nice advantage for Boons and Goons. Things starting to trend in their favor. And now more movements around the mid lane. Who's going to catch who? Is it the Wind Ranger? Finds the Italiano Gangster. A little bit of follow-up here. Nope.
Yeah, by mana.
Yeah, just the EMP. They don't want to commit that deep.
Like Bones and Goons is like they're playing more greedy right now and they're getting away with it. So I don't think they need to be too forced to make these moves.
Yep, they're going to lose their position 5, but it's just your Visage, not a big deal.
Yeah.
The TB thinking the same thing as before. I want a Scotty, so let's see if he can get away with it.
Yeah, I think that's the Scotty's a really big item for him to have. It just makes Scotty's just a really good item on TB. It makes you so tanky. You get all these stats, and then also you have this low with your meta. So it feels really nice to have that.
Although Sven's real power spike going to be coming in 2 items, the BKB and then the Aghanims. That's where he gets to fly around true Superman style. It'll be a little harder.
Yep. Been just farming really well right now. The BKB, I think with the BKB though, they do want to make some kind of move because they do definitely know that there's a Sun Invoker who's going Exort now with the Midas. So it's not only gonna be this this TB, then there's LC also with all this dual damage, and he's gonna get some more dual damage now as well.
Oh. Okay. There's that Sunstrike combo we were talking about. Now Exort mostly maxed out.
That was also Arcane duel, so he's gonna have a new duel soon. He's just gonna go for the Roshan. So that's a good move. Just kill into Roshan right now, and Boons and Goons is slowly putting up the tempo of the game, kind of like taking over it right now. Sven is farming, but that's kind of what has been happening for 20 minutes. Soon you're gonna need to start doing stuff with this Sven, or this game can quickly turn out of their hands.
And I think that's starting to happen here. Still a lot of towers standing, so that's good for pace. They've got a lot of the map to work with, but these are the sort of games where like Void Spirit had a really good start, and when this hero can't find kills in the mid game, like this kind of static farming, it really hurts him. I mean, he is making progress towards the Aghanims, but Look at the net worth. He's down with the offlaners right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing, and then also in general, this it's just this. It's this Sven. Well, they have a big AB now, Sven. So I think even though they have Aegis, I wouldn't even be against making a move right now, because I don't think you should feel too good about how the game is going. You have only this Sven. You're putting every stone in this Sven's bank right now, and if that doesn't work, I don't know if you're gonna win. So you definitely start to make some moves right now.
Yeah. Going into Aegis never feels good, but sometimes you see exactly this, where a team will grab Roche and then they immediately split up and go farming. And if you smoke up into one of the jungles, you could either catch Wind Ranger +1 or catch TB right now, and that breaks up the whole cadence of this Aegis. So here they are. They're going to do it. Risky, but potentially high reward as they jump into LC. TB still up top. They can get this quick pick. It'd be a great way to start off this fight, but Monster actually lives through it, now falls.
That's a nice first way of starting the fight. There's a big AB on the Sven, so...
And Lord Boons also goes down. Looks like they do get the Mars in exchange, and now maybe even the Rubik. Frugas low, stunned up, and he'll fall. 1 for 3. That's exactly how you want to do it. And it's like, yes, TV has Aegis, but he's a lone top.
Yeah, that's his first good move for pace for like last 5 minutes now. So definitely a needed play. Now they're gonna go back to farming. That's fine though. Like you use your Sven to use your BKB, just go back to farming this Axe. You're still playing into Aegis, so it doesn't feel the worst. You get some nice kills.
And the other plus side is the timing of that fight will now accelerate Sven a lot closer to his Aghanims. So.
Yep.
And stars too. 1,500 gold. 2 big Aghanims kind of around the corner here. But so is the Scotty, so it's not like B&G are without options themselves.
Yep. The TB is definitely getting stronger and stronger. At the same time, the Invoker also just got his Ag, so he has this Sunstrike potential, or this Cataclysm potential that they can do, so there can be a lot of damage for the fight. Yuma almost has this Scotty, but just barely doesn't have it.
Needs to be a little careful. LC was looking for a duel there. Shackle doesn't quite work out, but the Mars Arena comes down. Follow-up Spear. A CC chain, but no real damage.
Yeah.
And Yuma just goes back to focusing on objectives.
They might still fight this, because Sven has a TP coming up now. So if they want to go for more after this tier 1, they could definitely fight them more. I think they're going to set up for this. They don't have arena.
Path, not going to do much. They do another glyph, of course, with that tier 1 going down. Sven's ready. BKB. LC again trying to make it happen, but can't catch the duel, and now going to be punished hard. Monster put down, looking for more. Maybe it's the Wind Ranger. Yuma trying to reset. Double kill for Lies, but now the BKB's done. They get the disarm.
They just don't have the meta anymore, but still have the Scotty, so it's still strong.
Yep, they get Italiano Gangsta, and maybe they'll just back up now, but
the age is going to run out really soon.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yep. So they want to use it as much as they can here.
It's a 1 for 2. It's obviously good for pace, but not that bad for Goons. It looked pretty dicey there for a second. Remember, these are the first charges of the Sven BKB.
Yeah, exactly.
Now down to 8 seconds, so
you would like to get more out of those big B charges for sure. You're fighting, like the thing is that you're winning these fights, but you're fighting around your tower, so you're never gonna get anything out of this one fight. So
yeah,
definitely doesn't feel the best. I think they're okay with it, but I don't think it's still the greatest thing that could have happened.
Well, now the Ags is out, so Sven will be flying.
So we'll be flying, and there's gonna be a lot of damage coming out from him. There's no meta right now. The Lord Boons is just walking up to die here.
Yeah, he's
nice
got
circle, though.
9 sentries, so I think
it's
he was looking at Keyword. All right, surprising Lies popped that. They see the double damage on Terrorblade, and even without meta, they don't want any part of that. Meta is up really soon, so they might not know the exact timer.
But that's worth it for them, because now they have the meta and the DD, and they can definitely take a fight right now. They don't know. They also don't have BKB on the sky. They do purge the DD though. Nice tornado from the.
Finally, a dual Cataclysm. That's quite nice. Aegster goes down, and the Gangsta very low reflection. Gonna almost finish him off. It's always a little sad.
He's gonna be able to blink here.
Chikiro dies, and he blinks to the low ground. Nice juke. Yeah.
They see the Sven here. They can go on the Sven right now. He's alone.
Uh-oh. BKB down for 15. Duel down also for 15.
Not sure if they're gonna catch him though.
Tornado,
like it.
sidestep, body blocks. Can Boons get the birds in? Duel's up in 5. He's getting close. Now maybe the turn. The blade mail though. They need to be a little bit careful. They kill monster. Oh, BNG, they might have overcommitted. They force a buyback.
BKB is over now though.
Yeah. Jumps in, finishes off Visage. TB stunned up in the arena.
He's gonna die here.
Sunder, they've got a lot of disable. Any more damage, and they do bring him down. A disaster for BNG. They get baited hard.
All right. Well, that's a good fight for Pace. They get like it's so hard to. I think they just overextended on the Sven. Like they went too far. Like you know, you catch him in this ward where you spot him. Sure, you can go for him, but once you go almost like close to the tier 2, obviously they're gonna TP for that, and you don't have the TP there. You don't have the duel, so just Boons and Goons getting a little bit too overexcited there, and it does work for Pace really well there. So.
And now that BKB down to 6 seconds, and Sven thinks he needs to itemize to live. That's going to be a Lincoln.
They want to fight. Oh, next. This is a nice spear.
They'll try to defend this tower. Maybe a tall order. Lord Boons drops the stun.
They might catch the Chikiro, or they're going to stick around here.
The fake back.
There is no meta, so they definitely can fight here.
And it looks like Boons and Goons just wanted to defend. They're not going to chase out.
Yeah.
BKB is going to be the next big item. Invoker and Terrorblade. And LC. Okay. Unless LC's going for Halberd. I'm not sure.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Halberd is pretty good against Sven.
Yep. The halberd is gonna be nice, I think. If he gets that item, it definitely could be I'm a bit surprised that no one of them has it yet, but I think the LC had just a good game that he didn't feel like going for it yet. But it's definitely a good item to have. I wouldn't even be against if TB went for it actually, but the BKB is definitely good. So.
I mean, there's still time. There's still a lot of towers standing, even though Pace have just scooted into the lead a little bit. There's still a lot of safety structures available. Roshan, 2 minutes.
I would like Visage or someone to get the Vlads. I think it has so much value in this game for side of the Boons and Goons.
They get Frugas. Smoke. All right, they've got quite a bit of vision there, so not scouted by the Radiant. Whoa, LC jumps in.
I'm not sure about this. I don't think you have damage enough.
Cataclysm. No, duel's just going to end. LC won't feed any away either, but he is going to feed away his life. He thought that was just one, but they were smoked up right behind him. And now Lord Boons. He's going to be in trouble.
Goons falling apart a little bit here. Kind of giving you some deaths all over the place.
This is where it's a bit unlucky for Pace. If that was a fast Roche respawn, they could walk right into the pit, but they won't have that opportunity.
But they're gonna go down mid here, and they should be able to get this tier 2 tower here.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, no defense going to be mounted. Take this opportunity to push out bottom and just try to hold out for the BKBs on the big cores. I think Invokers is done. There it is. And Terrorblade, he's damn close. I think he's actually got the gold for it just now.
Yeah.
And they will smoke.
Yeah, this is going to be a good time with the BKB. It's a surprise 10-second BKB. maybe I think this Sven is gonna be. They need to kite this Sven and just kill his team. That's a good start with the Shackle.
Yeah, Mars jumps in though. They get the duel. Try to finish off Mars right quick. The Cataclysm gets two. Buyback on
Acer. The backlines. He can try to kill the Sven now. He has a BKB, but it's a short BKB.
Yep, and the TB is just tearing him up. Although now Yuma's low. He drops. Whoa, that was a lot of damage. No buyback on the TB. And RRL, he's going to get stunned up. He'll be brought down. Lies with a triple kill.
Yep. Well, the BKB ends on the TB there, and he just dies. So nice fight for the base there. And now they can go for Roshan if they want to. It's up.
And both teams should be aware.
This Sven is definitely hard to want to deal with. The Lincolns, I do like the item in this game a lot. There's a TB with the Sunder, also some Shackle Shot, the duel. So there's a lot of value for the Lincolns. Kind of big fan of it in this game. Maybe I would like him to get rid of his Mask of Madness and buy like an AC or Satanic at least next.
Yeah, I think Satanic is pretty good. Is that a little too defensive maybe? Or maybe not.
It might be good because he didn't like the lifesteal then, so he probably wants to have lifesteal. So I think the Satanic just might be better. He's already also having this like really hard down, like he's really hard to lock this Sven down right now.
Well, 6k gold now and some Roche spoils.
Base is fighting back. Oh, like they're actually, I would say that they're in a really good position right now. Bulls and Goons is gonna, that was a fresh BKB on TB and they didn't get anything out of it, so
yeah,
it's gonna be.
It was just so strange how he looked like he was sustaining. I know the BKB was a big part of it, but I guess Sven was kind of cleaving illusions and then finally got to the real one, and it just, you could feel the pain. He died, and then they had some CC. That was one of the parts that was really good from Pace, was stunning him at the end, preventing that Sunder from coming out. Like they were ready to set up that kill.
Yeah.
It's well done.
They actually have two Lincolns here. They also have a Lincolns on the Void Spirit here. It's gonna be some nice hard way of starting a fight for Boons and Goons right now. It's hard for the LC to dual targets right now. He needs to go for these supports. Best thing he can do. Just smoking up. They want to catch people farming here in the jungle. They know that they're playing here. They saw Monster here as well.
Stars leading the charge, stalking them out right now. A little bit ahead of
the
team, though.
Oh, they gets the Monster actually.
No more TP, but does still have that BKB. They find Visage also. Monster, he's going to try to run for it. And Lord Boons will stay behind. There's the blink back, and Monster's good. So only a pick on the position 5. Ends up being okay for Boons and Goons, all things considered.
Yeah. Still fine for Pace, though. They get also BKB charge from the LC. That was a 10-second BKB. A free kill. They get the tower earlier, so it's pretty fine. Now they just get to go from bottom if they want to. Can go bottom, push that lane in. TB going for a Daedalus, so he feels like he needs to go for the raw damage. I kinda can see it here. I think it's either the Halberd or the Daedalus, but I think the Daedalus feels good as well. Getting that really good damage.
Free pick on the LC also. They follow up and bring her down.
Yep.
These pickoffs are nice. It is a little bit of space for the TB moving towards his next item. I think just the Visage was fine. Grabbing LC definitely hurts.
Yeah.
But this is also time off the Aegis, so I guess Boons and Goons are a little happy to spread out the map and only give them one-off pickoffs instead of it being a bad team fight.
Yeah, they don't really want to fight, and it's also like at least now you have this Midas Invoker, so it still feels pretty good. The Invoker can definitely scale a lot still in this game. Whatever he ends up going for next, maybe like an Octarine, and then he's able to have his spells off them more, so might be something that he's gonna look for next. Who knows? TB, yeah, he wants to get that Daedalus. I would say his Daedalus Satanic is like DP's item. Should go for that item build, I feel like. I think he needs a Satanic to fight against this Ven eventually.
Yeah. Need an additional reset.
Yeah. Low tone for the Sven. Alright, so I like this kind of lots.
What about 25 talent on TB? You get the Sunder cooldown usually, right?
Yeah, I think mostly you do. There is a bit annoying now that it has a mana cost. Sometimes the Metamorphosis attack range is pretty cool as well. But I think most of the time people take the Sunder. There's some games I think the Metamorph is good to have the talent, but I'm not sure if this is one of those games.
It's like they've done a good job not letting him Sunder so far, but eventually that gets harder and harder to do as he gets tankier. You can't really burst him the same way later into the game, especially with all that armor.
Yeah. But Human just needs to get on this map more and more like outside of the map and push out these waves. It's the best thing he can do. He's actually going for the full-on Daedalus, and I like it. I don't think he should play around buyback right now. I think he needs to go for this damage, and they need to do some big fight, because if he wants to play with buyback without the meta anyway, it won't make a difference. He needs to have the meta, and he wants to have the full damage for that. They might catch RRL here. Never mind.
Almost.
It's gonna be fine.
Now only 20 seconds left on the Aegis, so they have successfully waited it out. And maybe looking for a go up top. The duel, gets silenced right away.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, they didn't even pop the Lincolns, but it's like really hard to get this Void Spirit with this Lincolns. That's like really hard with their heroes. They might catch Frogos here running away. Like he's gonna just run into them right now. He's dead.
Yeah. That was an easy catch.
But no more Aegis, at least, so that's the good thing for them. Frogos is a bit too farmed here. Like, he has a problem now, what does he do? I mean, he could actually... I think what he should do is to buy the Aghanim's Blessing or whatever, and then put the Lincolns in there, so he has that. Yeah, he's doing that. Just gonna have all those items still in his inventory.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
TB... has his Daedalus ready if he wants to, but chooses to look for a buyback right now, or have a buyback. I'm not sure about the buyback on us in the TB. I feel like him just having this Daedalus ready with the meta can make the difference. Because like, even if, let's say they lose the fight and he has a buyback, he won't have meta anyway, so it doesn't feel that good to fight. But let's see. Maybe he just...
Agreed. He's kind of like Death Prophet. There's a handful of heroes where they're so reliant on those big cooldown spells that it's like Enigma. Yeah. Whoa, you bought back. Just buy out the BKB, man.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the hero. You got to go big sometimes.
Yeah. They get some really good items on side of base here. The spell Prism and Timeless are like really nice with their heroes.
Oh.
They're catching someone mid here.
Are they gonna find this kill on Mars? Looks
it's
like
a good start.
Now Sven jumps in, destroys Frugos. Has not used the BKB yet. Now going to look towards Monster. There's the buyback onto Frugos. Trying to slow down the Sven. Still holding the BKB as he kills Monster. Now Yuma jumps in. Magic Immunity will get popped. Yuma trying to bring him down. It's going to be close. They both die.
Okay.
Lord Boone's now low. He might be the next one to fall, but it's a great shackle that allows him to get away. Now Stars, he's going to go down. It's going to turn in favor of BNG with that Sven on the sideline. Their entire team's net worth is locked in this hero, and now the supports are definitely going to get cleaned up. They're trying to turn a stolen tornado, slowing things down. Whoa, Fugas, he's actually low,
burning.
And he's going to die. I can't believe it. This Rubik is destroying right now.
Yeah. Might die now, though. Okay, there's a Yules. A lot of support fighting going on. Let's go.
Still, Lord Boons, he's going to have the superior advantage here. And yeah, that's
Lord
closer
Boons
to what I expected.
Just got a 4K gold on him on the Visage right here, so...
So, talk about a messy fight. It's all 5 of Pace die, then 3 of Boons die, but Wind Ranger dies twice. Does end up being a huge gain for the Boon squad in gold and mostly XP.
So they get the bounties from out of this, all the bounties I feel like, and then also their supports and the Invoker got a lot of gold. So I think that's definitely worth it for Boons and Goons. Sure, you lose your GB, but the Sven will had a really sick streak there, and also just important to get the Sven kill. So yeah, I think overall that's a good win for Boons and Goons, because now also Visage will have this Vlad, which is a nice item to have for the TB. And if this TB gets to this Satanic timing, I feel like that can be the difference maker that can win them the fight. Because you could see that was really close. And let's say he had that Satanic there, think he's just gonna turn that and get full HP.
So
Sven is dealing damage, but Sven has a lot of defensive items as well. I feel like in this build, he has this S and Y. I would say it's kind of a defensive build in a way, BKB and the Lincoln. So he has like 3 items that doesn't really necessarily keep him damaged. I mean, sure, they in a way they do, but it's also defensive. A lot of defensive stuff for him. So
the TB was the one that actually got the streak on the Sven, and the TB death actually went to Jakiro. So that specific trade did actually favor BNG a little bit on top of the good fight and everything else that went their way. So Satanic also going to be close for the Terrorblade.
Yep, that's gonna be really nice for the TB because that is gonna be the item that is gonna make a dip. Oh, he has also Illucape on TB. Okay, that's a lucky boy.
Yeah,
it's one of the better items on TB to get at this time. So there's a lot of good items in this game. There's Spell Prism on both sides. I'm a bit surprised they gave the Spell Prism on the Jakiro. I feel like it could be better on either on the Sven or the Void Spirit. Then there's a Timeless Relic. What else do we have?
And that's on the Void Spirit.
Yeah. There's a Refresher on Invoker, so you're gonna have this double Cataclysm potential. There's gonna be a big fight happening now. It's so close to the Satanic though. They really want this on TB, but they might not get it in time.
This is pretty scary. The double Kata has potential to absolutely womp pace if they're not ultra crisp.
There's also Roshan about to spawn. I really think you should just get this Satanic on Yuma. It's not like you also have some heroes without buybacks in your team. So. Frogus is going to organize nice blink from him.
Oh, which side's it going to start on? It's the Sven. They pop the BKB on Monster. They actually get the duel. Oh no, Sven's going to fall. No buyback there, and the rest of this fight can't possibly go well for pace. They'll chase down the Jakiro. That's an easy one. And RRL on the other side. Looks like they'll get the Italiano Gangster. That is bad news bears for Pace University.
Yeah, that's like the best case scenario for Boos and Goons there. They catch the Sven is a little bit like he tried to go on the Progress and he didn't react there, he would just die, but he reacts with the blink. They get the Lincolns out and then Monster is ready with the duel and he doesn't get the BKB off on the Sven. Then he just dies.
The Blade Mail.
Yeah. The Blade Mail and the TB damage as well with all this damage right now. And they don't have buybacks actually on Jakiro and Sven here. So this could be pretty costly here.
Yeah, this is going to be close to game ending. They probably won't kill the throne on this siege. They'll get one lane of barracks. They'll see Sven doesn't have buyback. And they might stick around for a second.
There's a Roshan. I think they're just going to go to Rosh right now.
All right, yeah, they're going to play it safe. You're right. All right, good call.
Yeah, the Rosh is gonna be really good. If they just get that one now, they can get it. There's Agonips as well.
This one. Is it Terrorblade?
I'm trying to think. Well, it's not too bad on Windranger. It's pretty good on Research as well, but yeah, I'm actually thinking if the DP gets it. Yeah, he does actually. Yeah.
There you go. So, reminder, that's the Terrorize ability now, or Terror Wave rather. It's similar to Terrorize, but comes out of a different area around the TB.
Yep,
pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I think they made it a bit different now that you can. I think you can use it when you want, or maybe I'm wrong. Yeah,
no,
so
you're
that's
right.
like a.
You cast it now. It used to be when you pop the ult, and now it's
exactly.
Usable.
So that was pretty bad, but now I think it's actually like kind of a legit spell. Like you can use it, especially against this Sven. It can be really nice if you want to get him away from your team or something like that. So.
Yeah, and I don't think it goes through BKB. I'm pretty sure we looked at this last time, and I'm 90% sure it does not.
Yeah, I don't think I'm pretty sure as well. It doesn't go to BKB. But even anyway, his BKB is still pretty slow. I mean, low right now, so it can can still work against him. We'll see.
This might be a meme. Yuma has the DR queued up, and I just don't think it's necessary. I think they're in such a good spot now that you don't need to take the risk.
Well, the Rapier does work really well with what is it called? With the build he has right now, and it's also the True Strike. The True Strike against this Butterfly Sven is a really nice tool to have. You don't really want to get MKB anymore, so I'm kind of liking it. This is like a big play. I feel like sure, you can say it's maybe a bit risky, but at the same time, I think you need to take risk in this game anyway. Like, I mean, you're in the lead, but and he's kind of queuing up for it, but he's not buying it yet still. So it's like,
Yeah. Hey,
but I think he could buy it because he does have the Aegis as well. That's the one thing as well. Like with the Aegis,
Right.
he has double lives, so he can basically get much more value out of it.
3 minutes of double life. We'll see. But, I mean, look at this right here. He's got the alacrity, double damage. The barracks just melt. So that's 2 lanes down.
They're just going to go bottom now. Yeah, I think he could have bought Rapier for this push, instead of having the threats, but oh well.
Yep. I mean, you're definitely right. It is the item against Butterfly. But here we go. TB up forward. Gets the Lotus Orb. He'll be okay for now. Uses the Satanic. Still has the BKB in the backpack. The Mars Arena comes out as Lies jumps in onto the 5, but the Sven not feeling so scary anymore. He'll get dueled up. The Cataclysm comes down. Stars and Lies both fall.
For the game.
And that'll be GG. It is going to be Boons and Goons that take it 2-0. Game 2 looking a little rocky there, but Pace University can't do it.
Well, unfortunate for Pace. They showed some potential.